Have you ever wondered how so many smart, hard-working people watch their crypto savings disappear almost overnight? That's exactly what this story is about. Not scams, not hackers, not bad luck, but one simple rule thousands ignored even when warning signs were everywhere. Crypto doesn't usually fail people suddenly. It breaks them slowly, through small decisions that feel harmless in the moment. In this video, you'll see how ordinary investors drifted from discipline into disaster, often without realizing it until it was too late. We'll walk through the patterns, the psychology, and the moments where things went wrong, step by step. By the end, you won't just understand what happened, you'll know how to protect yourself from repeating the same costly mistakes. The golden rule. Most crypto investors never learn. The most dangerous mistake in crypto is not the wrong coin. It's breaking the rule of risk control. Many investors put money into crypto without defining how much they can afford to lose, and that's where everything starts to unravel. Crypto prices move fast and violently, and without boundaries, emotions take over. People stop thinking in percentages and start thinking in hopes. When losses appear, they double down instead of stepping back. This rule exists to protect your survival, not your pride. Professionals in any volatile market survive because they limit exposure before entering, not after panic sets in. Ignoring this rule turns investing into an emotional roller coaster where one bad move can wipe out months or years of savings. Greed, disguised as opportunity greed, rarely announces itself honestly in crypto. It shows up wearing the mask of opportunity, urgency, and fear of missing out. When prices rise quickly, people convince themselves that caution is outdated thinking. They increase their positions, ignore basic safety rules, and chase gains instead of strategy. Social media makes it worse by celebrating extreme success while hiding countless failures. What feels like confidence is often just unchecked greed amplified by hype. This emotional shift pushes investors to break the very rule meant to protect them. Once greed takes control, logic becomes optional. Losses don't feel real until they're unbearable, and by then, the damage is done. Greed doesn't cause crashes, but it ensures people are unprepared when crashes arrive. Why this time is different always ends the same. Every market cycle produces the same dangerous belief that old rules no longer apply. New technology, new narratives, and artificial intelligence-driven platforms convince people they're witnessing a financial revolution that can't fail. History shows otherwise. Every major collapse came with convincing stories that sounded smarter than the past. The problem isn't innovation, it's abandoning discipline because innovation feels exciting. Markets don't reward optimism alone, they reward preparation. When investors assume the past no longer matters, they stop managing risk and start relying on hope. That's when losses become catastrophic. The language changes, the tools evolve, but human behavior remains the same. Ignoring this truth keeps investors trapped in repeating failures they thought they were too smart to make. The trap of blind trust in influencers. Influencers play a powerful role in shaping crypto decisions, often without caring the consequences of being wrong. Many investors follow confident voices online instead of building their own framework. When a trusted figure promises certainty, discipline feels unnecessary. The issue isn't advice itself, it's outsourcing responsibility. Influencers don't know your finances, your limits, or your emotional tolerance for loss. Yet many people abandon risk rules because someone else sounds sure. When prices crash, influencers move on, but regular investors are left with real damage. This blind trust creates emotional dependency and weakens judgment. Successful investing requires personal accountability. When you stop owning your decisions, you stop protecting yourself. That's exactly how thousands lost control before they lost their savings. Artificial intelligence. Hype versus human reality. Artificial intelligence has added a new layer of confidence to crypto investing, but it hasn't removed human error. Many believe predictive tools eliminate risk, so they loosen their discipline. That mindset is dangerous. Artificial intelligence analyzes patterns, not emotions, and markets are driven heavily by emotion. When people trust automated predictions more than risk limits, they expose themselves to massive downside. Tools can assist decisions, but they cannot replace responsibility. Even the most advanced system can't protect someone who ignores position sizing or refuses to exit losing trades. Over-reliance creates false security, and false security leads to reckless exposure. Artificial intelligence is powerful, but it amplifies mistakes when people treat it as a guarantee instead of a guide. Overconfidence. After early wins. Early success in crypto often becomes a curse rather than a blessing. Small wins create the belief that skill, not luck, is responsible. Investors begin increasing positions, breaking their own safety limits, and taking bigger risks without realizing it. Overconfidence silences caution. Losses start to feel impossible rather than probable. When markets inevitably turn, these investors are overexposed and emotionally unprepared. What could have been a manageable setback becomes a devastating hit. The rule they ignored was meant to account for uncertainty, not eliminate it. Confidence without discipline leads to collapse. Many who lost everything didn't fail immediately. They succeeded first, then slowly abandoned the habits that protected them when the market finally reversed. The illusion of safe coins and projects. Nothing in crypto is safe when risk rules are ignored. Even established coins can experience brutal drawdowns within days. Many investors mistake popularity for protection and believe certain projects are immune to collapse. That belief leads them to overinvest and stop managing exposure. Safety in crypto doesn't come from the asset, it comes from the strategy. When investors concentrate too much money in one place, they expose themselves regardless of reputation or technology. Market conditions can shift instantly, and narratives can collapse just as fast. Survivors understand this and diversify responsibly. Victims assume safety replaces discipline. When that illusion shatters, the losses feel shocking, but the mistake was made long before prices started falling. Timing the market versus understanding the market. Trying to time crypto markets without rules is one of the fastest paths to losses. Investors chase tops and panic at bottoms, reacting instead of planning. They believe perfect timing will save them from risk, so they abandon protective limits. Understanding the market means accepting uncertainty, not predicting perfection. No one consistently buys the lowest low or sells the highest high. Without risk boundaries, timing becomes gambling disguised as strategy. Markets reward consistency, not guesswork. People who lost their savings often weren't wrong about direction. They were wrong about exposure. When timing fails, disciplined investors survive. Undisciplined ones don't. The rule exists to handle bad timing gracefully, not pretend bad timing will never happen. When technical knowledge becomes a danger, technical knowledge can become harmful when it creates overconfidence. Charts, indicators, and artificial intelligence analytics give investors a sense of control, but control is not certainty. Some people become so focused on analysis that they ignore risk limits entirely. Knowledge becomes justification for oversized bets. When trades fail, the emotional shock is amplified because confidence was high. Skill should reduce risk, not encourage recklessness. Professionals use knowledge to refine boundaries, not remove them. When technical tools replace discipline, losses escalate quickly. The danger isn't ignorance, it's believing analysis makes losses impossible. Markets punish certainty, especially when it leads investors to abandon the single rule that exists to protect them when analysis fails. How losses compound emotionally before financially losses rarely destroy portfolios instantly. They destroy judgment first. Emotional stress compounds quietly, pushing investors into denial and hesitation. Instead of cutting losses early, people wait, hoping prices recover. Fear freezes action while hope overrides logic. Each decision becomes harder than the last. By the time financial damage is visible, emotional damage has already taken control. Breaking the risk rule allows emotions to dictate behavior. Discipline exists to remove emotion from critical decisions, especially under pressure. Investors who ignored this slowly lost clarity, then confidence, then capital. The tragedy isn't the market downturn, it's the paralysis that follows when emotional losses pile up before financial ones fully reveal themselves. Survivors versus victims. One habit separates them. The difference between survivors and victims in crypto isn't intelligence or access, it's habit. Survivors respect limits even when confidence is high. Victims abandon limits when excitement takes over. This one habit changes everything. Survivors plan exits before entering trades and accept losses without panic. Victims react